Welcome to the opening broadcast, January 3rd, 2026, the first broadcast of the year. Today's broadcast is here because of some unusual events geopolitically and militarily in the world. The U.S. strikes Venezuela, the country of Venezuela, today, January 3rd, 2026. Here are some brief highlights about what happened today. Less than 1 year into his second term in office, Trump stamps his impression on the American hemisphere and the United Nations. CARICOM, which is the combined heads of states of the various Caribbean nations, have stated that they are concerned with these military developments in the area. In my opinion, technically, the United States should be a member of CARICOM, but what do I know? Apparently, America is effectively a sort of ex officio member of CARICOM. Special forces, possibly airborne, Navy SEALs, Delta Forces, and Night Stalker helicopter teams swoop in and arrest President Maduro and his wife. Operations launched from the USS Iwo Jima in the Caribbean and up to 20 U.S. bases. The USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier is anchoring the Caribbean Strike Group. Active operations started in Venezuela around 2 a.m. local time and around 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The U.S. fleet buildup in the Caribbean used airfields and space in Trinidad as a staging, radar, and logistics point. Trinidad Prime Minister states that her country did not actively participate in Venezuela military operations. The Dominican Republic also lent staging area resources. Even the CIA took part in the Venezuela military strike. U.S. current doctrine is to secure the American border against unrestricted immigration and defeat drug cartels. China, Iran, Cuba, and Russia have voiced reactions and objections to the U.S. military actions in Venezuela and declared that the U.S. is violating international law. The latest, President Maduro and his wife have been indicted and charged in New York City. This occurs literally days after major U.S. military strike in Nigeria to help cripple ISIS operations in Africa. President Trump declares that America will, quote unquote, run the country of Venezuela until such time as it can run itself. The U.S. will manage the country and its oil reserves. President Trump states, well, pretty much acknowledges there will be boots on the ground. At minimum, he says, to at least support takeover of the oil fields and oil infrastructure of the country of Venezuela. Over 300 billion barrels of oil are said to be under Venezuela. A team including Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, will participate in running Venezuela until the foreseeable future. Yeah, that's what's happening in the world today. There's no getting around it. President Trump has created or has put his stamp on the Trump doctrine, which literally boils down to peace through strength. And he's demonstrating that every day. Nobody really understood what the Trump doctrine, what the United States doctrine was going to be when 2025 started, but less than 1 year in, he's put his stamp internally on the U.S., and he's put his stamp in the Western American hemisphere, and he's put his stamp in the Pacific. He sent additional resources and arms to Taiwan. He's helping build up the military infrastructure in Japan. He's vowed to take control somehow of Greenland. And he's reshaped the Middle East. It's going to be an interesting 2026. This is Joe Gray from Malden Talks. Have a good year. Have a happy new year. Peace.